For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Wonders in the world, St. Lucia's only meant for me. So much history to be told and so much more for eyes to see. The colors feel the love, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. It don't matter where I voyage, it don't matter where I roam. Majestic people standing tall, they're guiding me back home. Raise your flags, the skies above, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. So I could go up forever there, feel all the vibes and break away. I could take a trip to link up with friends and family, to my land of birth, to the place I love.
What a welcome that Julian Alfred got yesterday. Certainly fitting for a queen. And we all should be very proud of ourselves. Throughout the length and breadth of St. Lucia, people really gave her a tremendous welcome. And for once, in a long time in St. Lucia, one got the impression that St. Lucians were truly united. And I never thought that there would be this one individual who would play such a remarkable role in our lives, as much as it will be short-lived. The event, as far as the organization was concerned, was well put together, although there is always room for improvement. Read some of the comments on social media, and people were concerned about the toll that the length of the activity would have taken on this mere mortal, 23-year-old Julian Alfred. The trek from the south of the island to the north certainly would have been arduous, would have taken a physical toll on her, and I hope that she is okay today and all set again to participate in more activities as we continue to shower praise and to demonstrate our love for this national hero. We can learn a lot from this, that we need to invest more in the nation's human resource. Because as much as over several decades now we've been saying that there's just about the only thing that we have that is considered to be of tremendous importance to us. We have no gold, no silver, etc. But we have not demonstrated truly that we care about the human resource of this country. And if we cared, as governments, as people, definitely would have done more to ensure that people receive proper health care. It's not about lip service. We would have done enough by now to have ensured that we exist in an environment that is sufficiently safe. We can't expect to exist in a St. Lucia that is perfect as far as our management of crime is concerned. But we must agree that our leaders have failed us astonishingly when it comes to safeguarding us, when it comes to protecting us. There's a lot more we could have done to ensure that we have an education system that can ensure that our students, once they are graduated, they can be put in a position whereby they are ready for the world, not only for St. Lucia, but indeed for the world. But this organic response that St. Lucians displayed to Julian Alfred is a clear indication that, as much as people like to say we have a tendency to support things that are mediocre, I don't think that is really St. Lucian. But we just, from time to time, we exhibit an attitude that is proving how, we can be tolerant, we can be a little too patient, but we do appreciate success. And we know how to celebrate and honor people, particularly those from humble beginnings who excel at the highest level. One area of concern, this is NewsSpin, we speak our mind. One would have thought that the organizers would have taken Rick's advice, because he issued an advice on this broadcast. He made a suggestion, and that is earlier last month, to be exact, August the 12th. This is what he said on this same NewsSpin program.
But I would not consider it politics if the Minister of Sport would invite the leader of the opposition so that parliamentarily, all the people of St. Lucia are represented in this thing that St. Lucia, the gold medal that St. Lucia won. Okay? So both sides go out there. It would not be a political thing in my eyes. It will be both sides representing all thinking in St. Lucia, political, sports, etc., etc. So, baby, and whether it is Alan Chastney or somebody standing for him, I think it would be wonderful if they met the young lady at the airport and that she was transported in the state car and that she was brought to a place where everybody would be waiting for her. The Prime Minister would welcome her and do all the stuff. But give it some kind of class and do it in a way that looks like you are interested in this for St. Lucia.
Obviously, they did not take Rick's advice. And I don't know, but the Prime Minister and the government by extension did not realize that they had more to gain by inviting the opposition to this homecoming ceremony. I'm not even saying particularly the leader of the opposition, but the opposition. If you don't want to invite the leader of the opposition, invite the MP for Choiseul Saltibus and ensure that they play a role. Deliver a speech. You had more to gain from this than to lose. And maybe the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, as usual, is pandering to his base. Okay? And that is, to use the word that we like to abuse in St. Lucia, unfortunate. But more so, unacceptable. If you are always preaching unity, you are feigning unity, you are pretending to want to unite the people of St. Lucia, why not recognize that you are the Prime Minister of all the people of this country, whether supporters of the SLP or UWP, no peace at all? This is a national event. And ensure that this is reflected in the type of ceremony that you have, who are the people in attendance, so that the people on the whole, who were very much united yesterday behind Julian Alfred, would realize that there's just more to you preaching unity. And it's all about the talk. It is about the action. And the government of the day has lost too many opportunities to bring the people of St. Lucia together. Yesterday was a golden opportunity that was missed. Let us listen to the lady herself, and that is Julian Alfred speaking at the welcoming ceremony yesterday.
I just want to say I'm truly lost for words, honestly. I don't want to get emotional. But today I really want to just give thanks. Give thanks to oh my God. I want to give thanks to people who have supported me, my village, because it truly takes a village to get to this point. I want to thank my family, my mom, the government of St. Lucia for supporting me, especially with my transition into the professional career. I want to thank UT, Coach Edric Floriel, who couldn't make it here today, Coach Twatine, who took me at a very tender age, and even when I gave up, he came back to me in Sister. So many people have guided me along the way and helped me to get to this point, and I really just want to say thank you to all of you, even those I haven't mentioned. I just want to say thank you. I've been there for such a long time, just being an inspiration to the youth of St. Lucia, wanting to give back and just wanting to, inspire them so we can have many more Leuven Spencers and many more Darren Samis and many more like myself. It didn't come easy. It was truly a rocky road. Many days I wanted to just give up, throw in the towel and just say I'm done. But my village, those persons who are around me, I just want to say thank you for just everything that you have done for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Authentic lady, Julian Alfred, speaking yesterday at a homecoming ceremony. She is indeed an inspiration to many people in St. Lucia, but in particular, the young people. And that would include a student of the Dame Palette Louise Primary School. She was interviewed yesterday on NTN.
I'd like to just say I'm really excited for Julian Alfred to come, and I'm excited you're here too. And everybody here is representing Julian Alfred, celebrating and having a lot of fun today. I'm here to represent Dimplet and Julian Alfred, my country. And I thought some of the children were coming to be here with me. I think they're coming, I'm not too sure. But I'm very happy Julian Alfred is here in St. Lucia representing us today.
Did they send you here to take my job?
No.
You're doing amazing. How old are you?
I'm 10, turning 11 in October.
How has Miss Julian Alfred inspired you?
By running, by taking the gold medal for me to go to convent. She really inspired me in that.
So this is what you want to do. You want to go to the St. Joseph's Convent.
Yes, yes. That inspired me by Julian Alfred's gold medal. It inspired me by going to convent.
A student of the Dimple at Louisy Primary School speaking yesterday amidst the celebration to welcome home Julian Alfred. Now, we like to say that we've had so many holidays and we have just too many holidays. Friday coming is a holiday, a public holiday to celebrate the achievement of that well-known St. Lucian athlete. But there should be one day set aside annually going forward that should be known as Julian Alfred. I think this will serve well even long after she has left this earth, because I think that many students, many young people who have not really paid much attention, going forward, decades from now, those who are not alive right now, will come to know that there's this lady who gave us our first gold medal at the Olympics. The government has been speaking about a day of excellence. That's okay. But I think we need a day set aside annually to celebrate and to recognize the achievement of Julian Alfred. What is happening today? Let's listen now to the Youth and Sports Minister, Kenson Casimir.
On Wednesday, she will be at two schools, the one on the north, in fact, two venues, one on the east and one on the west. She'll be at the Larry Suspin Field on the east coast, and then she will make her way over to the Sufremidi Stadium on the west coast. During that time, we will still be expecting individuals to line the streets when she leaves Larry Sus on the way to Soufre. She will be placed on a convertible again, and she will make her way through communities such as Viewfort, Labrie, Choiseul en route to Soufre. After that, she will then go on the flotilla and make her way over to Rodney Bay. Change, get ready to head over to the Governor General's house for that gala event.
Gala event, Governor General's ball this evening. I'm told that the leader of the opposition has been invited to that particular activity. Let's hear from you now at 452-2979. That's 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. We have your comments in the chat room. Let me try to navigate and go through some of your comments. Somebody says, no more holidays. They can have a day, but not a holiday. Because, I think we have a week set aside for our Nobel laureates. There's also Nobel Laureate Day. We can have a Julian Alfred Day as well. Another comment in the chat room. My problem with this motorcade was the lighting very poor. They could have gotten a drone to do a better job. And some more of your comments in the chat room to go through. Please bear with me while I try to see if I could access as many of those comments as possible. And somebody says in the chat room, Tim, this Prime Minister has just proved to the people his words are just garbage talk. Another comment. They should have listened to Rick. It would have turned out much better. That thing was horrible yesterday. The motorcade was too scary at times. And another one. Tim, that's nothing new with the SLP. Remember the Tunnel Road? Who did it? Sir John Compton. Did they invite him into the opening? No. Okay, we have a call coming from Martinique via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Hello, good afternoon, Tim.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, Tim. Tim, do you really think they will have Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party will unite the country with the opposition leader, and we have somebody in the cabinet as Richard Frederick, Tim? And the reason why I would say that, Tim...
But who is the Prime Minister? Caller, who is the Prime Minister? Who is the Prime Minister?
Tim, I understand that. But let me tell you this, Tim. Back in 2005, Kenny Anthony stated that Richard Frederick is the worst thing to ever happen to St. Lucia politics. He didn't say UWP politics. He didn't say SLP politics. He said St. Lucia politics. And I'll give you a brief history of Richard Frederick in Central Castries. When Richard Frederick came into power in Central Castries, he broke down the CDC buildings opposite the supermarket there on Jeremy Street. Today it's a bus stop. And the other side, by Rekai, he broke down those CDC buildings. He turned it to a car park. Wooden huts all along the Jeremy Street with no public toilets, nothing like that. Fast forward today, in this administration, Richard Frederick told the CDC people he's going to relieve them from the debt. He wiped off all of them debt. In the same year, he broke down the buildings, displaced hundreds of Castries Central residents. They gave him $10 million to build apartment buildings. He could have built that apartment building in Castries Central. He doesn't have to be in the heart of Castries Central again to bring back those people in Central Castries. He went on Cul-de-sac. He never built a building. He's on his talk shows, giving people hell on his talk shows, saying the worst things about people. But his track record as housing minister from 2005, when Kenny Anthony said he's the worst thing to happen to St. Lucia politics, till now, he's the worst housing minister we ever have under that portfolio. And the reason why, where's the $10 million? You understand? Today, the Serenity Park was changed on behalf of somebody in the last administration because of his hatred in his heart towards certain members of the United Workers' Party. He now wants to go back and rechange it to Serenity Park. Fine. So my thing is, Tim, the United Workers' Party, the people of St. Lucia, should rally and rally for whoever they send in Central Castries, this young man, to remove Richard Frederick, because he is a cancer in our politics. He is a cancer that brought down the level of statesmanship. Because when you heard about politicians back in the days, you have a sense of, yes, man, those guys can represent the country. Rick Wayne said it on your show recently, our IQ based on the people we have representing us. That is why we are so on par with Haiti, because we have that type of element within our politics today that has destroyed our politics, destroyed the fine fabric that was holding this great country together. And now we are at a crossroads in our history that Richard Frederick have to remove from politics, because he has no track record in elevating the lives in Central, in elevating the lives in St. Lucia. But all he does is just take to benefit his friends, his families, and the foreigners. I thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Somebody says they're good, they Tim, the police did a good job, and also Cynthia of Castries Central. Let's see if we have another message to go through. What somebody's saying there. Tim, I think Juju's homecoming ceremony was poorly executed. I'm praying that the organizers do a better job today and moving forward. Why were the students near the red carpet not holding St. Lucia flags? And what flags were these? Oh my God. Organizers, the world is watching. Another call. Hello. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, team, and how are you?
I'm okay. How about you, caller?
Yes, Tim. I'm calling with regard to the suggestion that Rick made about a month ago, you said, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This administration would not accept such a very good suggestion, because this prime minister would, the way he would look at it is this: he's going to make Alan Shastney look good. Okay? That is he would never do that. Not realizing, according to yourself, what he would have done by taking Rick's advice was to elevate himself. But it's where his mindset, it's where his mindset is located. It's not up there, it's down there. you know. And I feel sorry for Julian Alfred. I haven't really celebrated her because I understand our people. They would right now it's all the willy-nilly, everybody's happy to share, and there are genuine people in the crowd who really appreciate what she did. But what have we done as a St. Lucians for the people who have put us on the world map? Right? It's not much. We hear about it, it happened, and then afterwards, we haven't done anything to remind the young people coming up after this generation who has performed, let's say like Julian Alfred, next generation or 2 generations down the road to say, well, wow, look at this. This lady won a gold medal. Oh, look at this. This is Rick Wayne. You know, he was a heavyweight builder, bodybuilder, and let's everybody put their minds together. I think we need at the airport or any of the ports, right? Government should spend money and building murals with our achievers, international achievers. So when people come off the airplane and they walk into the airport building, the lounge, they see these people and realize, yes, St. Lucians have contributed some great things for themselves. And we would have people would respect us a little better. But we don't. We sometimes, people like Rick was being pulled down, or who he think he is. I heard Rick said the other day he was in a program and they call him white. You know, we have too many ignorant people among us, right? They're like sheep. They only repeat what they hear. They don't try to think for themselves. They don't see the good in people. Okay, if you're not rowdy, you got to be a Richard Fredericks for most St. Lucians to admire you and look up to you because, you know, you're rowdy, you're disrespectful. But the people, our people need to begin to think differently, look at themselves, especially the generation, the young generation now. I feel sorry for them because I grew up in a time in St. Lucia when I grew up in St. Lucia. I grew up in Leclerc, and I would always talk about Leclerc. You know, as teenagers, we grew up, and I don't know if you're aware of this, there's a Leclerc Vidbouteille Cultural Club.
Yes, I'm aware of that club. And I find Leclerc people to be very patriotic, you know. They love their community, they boast about their community, and they're always reminiscing, you know, about outstanding members of that particular community.
Timothy, let me tell you, growing up Leclerc during my era in the 60s and into the mid-70s, even into the mid-80s, by then I'm a grown young man, right? The camaraderie, the respect for our elders, right? That it got to the point, Tim, when people, the elders, our parents and uncles and what they were, the people who just not... Leclerc was a village for the children, right? Almost everybody in that place was your mom and dad, your aunt, your uncle, okay? And when the people, the elders realized what we were doing with this club, they came and offered their assistance to help us, right? And they became officers at the club. You know, when you walk into the Leclerc Club, you see everybody there. You know, respect to the elders, and everybody was...
We seem to have lost the caller. Hello? All right, we lost the caller. Calling from the diaspora. My apologies, was certainly enjoying that conversation, and it was abruptly cut short. Let's see there. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, from Leclerc on the field, only shop on the field. That's Brian from Leclerc. On the field, only shop on the field. Yes, good afternoon to you, sir. Hope all is well with you. Some more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages. Let me see. Tim, can the Minister of Foreign Affairs tell us what's going on at the consulate office over in Toronto? Yet another message to go through. Okay, let's see there. If we have another WhatsApp message Philip J. Pierre does not make decisions. Period. And let's see, another WhatsApp message. Thanks to your message, the truck in the bass playing field was removed the following day after 3 weeks. The young men played football the night. Thank you. We do deliver, we deliver more than the politicians and more than the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. This is NewsSpin, results oriented. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. We have a call on the WhatsApp. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon to you, caller. Yes, good afternoon to you, caller. Call us up slowing down the process. Good afternoon. All right. If you want, you will call back. 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp messages at 716-726. Somebody says, Tim, can you publicly thank the mother of Julian Alfred and by extension the immediate family for raising such a loving, humble, respectful, strong, dedicated young woman? Thank you. Well, you have just done it. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon. All right, caller. You're too slow. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. Hey, Tim. See if you can shed some light on this. The Castries Health Center has been closed from time immemorial, and the space serves as the parking space for some surrounding businesses. Leclerc Health Center has been closed to the public for inexplicable reasons without notice to the public. And now the Entrepot Health Center is now overwhelmed, carrying the load with no extra staff or support from the Ministry of Health. The public is left to suffer the consequences of inadequate health services. Can someone please address this in the midst of all our Juju celebrations? We have another call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Tim, I want to agree with you. Yesterday was a golden opportunity for this Philip J. Pierre-led administration to have united the country. Julian Alfred achievement, there's nothing written called Labour or UWP. She worked hard, she persevered, she was diligent, she was focused, and she achieved on the international stage. Her achievements is international, and I want to salute Julian Alfred for what she's doing for St. Lucia. She's an ambassador to St. Lucia, and that we have to all be proud of Julian Alfred. But what I seen there, the political stunts I seen there by this Labour Party government, is very shameful. Heritage, you had a welcome reception for Julian Alfred, meeting her at the airport. Like you rightly said, it was a golden opportunity to have united the country by inviting the leader of the opposition, Alan Chasney, and Bradley Felix. But no, politics as usual. Then we seen, and it tells me that this Labour Party government, Tim, they do not learn from their mistakes. You remember the last motorcade? Persons called and expressed their dismay and their disappointment and their disgust when a government's private vehicle was used at the motorcade. Remember that, Tim?
Yes.
Do you know the same thing happened yesterday? That a sitting government minister in the Philip J. Pierre cabinet, his private vehicle was used at the motorcade for Julian Alfred. What does that
have you verified this, caller? Have you verified this?
I have verified it.
Okay.
The vehicle belongs to a daughter of a government minister. And that's a fact. It's not hearsay, it's a fact. And I know people who say facts sometimes is subjective, but I'm telling you it's a fact. And I'm not like your friend, your good friend Shazi. When you say things are facts, when you fact check it, it's something totally different. But moving forward. And yesterday, what I saw with this motorcade, I mean, it brought pride. Julian Alfred, international standard. She achieved for St. Lucia. She placed us on the map. She achieved something that no other St. Lucian before her have achieved, and we're proud of that. I'm proud of that as a St. Lucian. But what I'm disappointed in is the politics that I see happening. Answer me that question, Tim. What is the rationale for having this rally, this school rally or ceremony, whatever they have at the Larissus playing field today? What is the rationale for having that day?
You don't know the rationale, Connor?
No, I'm asking you because I know the rationale, but I want to hear your take.
Well, you tell me. I don't know, Connor. I don't know the rationale for it. I don't know.
The rationale or the reason for them having this rally or this ceremony as we speak at the Larissus School or playing field, wherever it is because the MP for Denry North want to show some political might and play politics.
I don't know.
And he wants to be in the political spotlight because pressure is bearing on him insofar as a potential candidate for the opposition. So he wants to play some political stunt. That is all what it is. Everything that this Labour Party does to unite the country turns into politics. And yesterday what I saw of Julian Alfred was pure petty politics. Why was not the leader of the opposition and Honorable Bradley Felix not invited to this welcome reception? Why? What is there? You first of all, as you know, based on our constitution, you have the prime, you have the governor general, you have the prime minister, and third in command is the leader of the opposition. Why was the leader of the opposition not invited? Or, like you said, Honorable Bradley Felix. Why? Because the government want to take the spotlight. It's like they want to rub off on the achievements of Julian Alfred, and they want to use it in a smart political way to score cheap political points. That is what it's all about with this Labour Party government, Tim. And St. Lucians must see through this. I'm proud of Julian Alfred. This conversation that we have in Tim should have never been on political lines, because what Julian Alfred had achieved or has achieved should never be about red or yellow. But this Labour Party government, it's making it about red and yellow, because when you do not invite the leader of the opposition and Honorable Bradley Felix, it turns into a political stunt. And then you're hearing now they invited him to some cocktail or whatever at the Governor General's house. Why? What is the rationale or the reason for doing that? The leader of the opposition is not interested to cocktail and whatever. If the leader of the opposition, my leader, Alan Chastney, is very capable enough financially to take himself to a cocktail. Here it is, you had a reception, welcoming reception. The whole world, the international press was highlighting this thing. It would have been another opportunity lost by this guy. It's another opportunity lost by this Labour Party government to unite the country and set aside politics. But no, they have to divide the country. They have to continue to play the politics as usual.
Okay, Colin, thank you so much for your contribution. Still to come on the broadcast, the political leader of the SLP and Prime Minister of St. Lucia warns his supporters against complacency. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilex.com for for assistance. Lucelec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new Bacon Milk Sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
And your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new Bacon Milk Sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue, anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss a Bacon Milk Sandwich, have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow FastPay. Flow FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
It is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns, all at unbeatable, jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
Don't miss out on the biggest sale of the year at Palace House. Everything must go. Half off and less on everything. But that's not all. We also offer wholesale prices on a variety of items and souvenirs, perfect for vendors and retail needs. Visit us today at Mikut Street, Castries, or call us at 452-2250. Don't miss out on the biggest sale of the year at Palace House. Sale ends September 30th.
Ministre qui a une responsabilité pour santé qui a offert un service neuf en bas programme Universal Health Coverage là. Service ça là c'est pour femmes faire test pap smear pour aider à adresser problème cancer en matrice. Service nouveau pap smear ça là plus confortable et plus facile. Nous commandé pour toute femme pour l'avantage service ça là et aller en wellness center en Camino pour apprendre plus à sous ça que ça là capable faire. Ada une semaine seulement ou ka jwen résultat l'examen pap smear. Et si mou chwe baga COVID-18 qui ça en cause cancer en matrice. Si résultat test la pas normal, ou ka jwen un appointement vitement pour traitement. Et là, ou ka jwen plus information à sous maladie et guérison. Nous commandons toute femme pour prendre l'avantage service neuf ça là pour adresser problème cancer. Et UHC santé ou c'est l'antewino. Pour plus d'informations, téléphonez 468 5300 et bien 468 5328.
In today's fast-paced world, accurate health diagnosis is more crucial than ever. Time is vital. Are you suffering from chronic headaches, back pain, knee pain, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, sciatica, stroke, joint pain, or arthritis? No matter the pain or illness, La Clinique du Corps has the best doctors and specialists to diagnose and treat your condition. We are the only medical clinic equipped with the latest 1.5 Tesla MRI machine, the gold standard in healthcare. This fully GE certified MRI provides top quality, detailed images approaches, detecting any illness including tumors and cancers of the brain and spine. We also offer the ultimate in ultrasound technology. There is absolutely no need to travel overseas for these services. Exercise your right to a second opinion before any complex medical procedure. La Clinique du Corps puts you in direct contact with top medical specialists from Martinique and France, known internationally for prioritizing patients' health. Call La Clinique du Corps in Castries or Cocoville, Rodney Bay at 451-6559 and make your appointment today.
Need more days of savings? MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Super Saturday of Savings has just been extended to Sunday. Take advantage of amazing deals. This weekend, MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt are offering you amazing discounts on selected items. MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Super Saturday of Savings has been extended to Sunday. Don't miss out on the incredible discounts and deals. See in-store, Facebook, or www.mnchomedepot.com for more details. Terms and conditions may apply. Better value for better home.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
And don't get me mixed up, me no politics thing. You understand? People just fed up and had enough. You hear what I telling all you? We had to know what was going on. Once whoever government going there, I don't care, blue, green, yellow, purple, whatever the color it is in power, and they're not performing their duties, and they're trying to extort we and rob we, choke out we, do we all kind of thing because we don't have a voice. You understand, man? It's we tax money paying them to live lavishly. Vote them out, don't matter who it is. Once all you're not performing and doing all your duties and all you're not caring about the country and all you're not caring about its people, we voting all you out. Come on, we have to wise up. It and no stick in no one place like them old people back then. Yeah, I come from a PNM family. I not in that kind of stick back there because I loving the PNM and the PNM ain't loving me. So I loving who loving me. You understand me? That is how it go. Who not performing? Out.
God, boy, a real Trini woman. Let's take a call. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, team.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon. Tim, I'm hoping that some of our politicians can adopt or take a page from Julian Alfred's humility, humbleness, and not being so arrogant to each other. And she demonstrated a lot of that. Being a world champion, an Olympic champion, she proved that she could teach some of our politicians that what it takes to be humble and don't demonstrate such arrogance to each other, and also some of the citizens as well. But I thank you very much, Tim.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Rick. Good afternoon to you.
Oh, boy. Tim, I watched...
But, Rick, are you surprised that the government did not take your advice?
Well, I wasn't offering it as advice. I was offering it as a general expression to all the people. I don't advise government, and I don't expect government to take my advice. In fact,
Not even behind closed doors do you advise governments, Rick?
well, you mustn't say those things there. I'm not sure that, in fact, if you have a good idea and you want to express it publicly, and it involves the politicians, that alone will stop it being picked up. You get my point?
Yes, I got
because
it.
the politicians, the kind of politicians we have, if they don't think you're 100% in their camp, or if there are supporters of theirs who don't think so, even though they may know different, the last thing you expect is when you say something that you see it's being picked up. It will not be picked up simply because you said it.
But Rick, more than that, I think there's too much pandering. The Prime Minister, there's too much pandering on the part of politicians, particularly prime ministers and political leaders. I would like to the base, to supporters, to the hacks, people they do not want to disappoint. I think the Prime Minister, in his wisdom, maybe would have given thought to inviting the leader of the opposition to that homecoming ceremony, but he would think about what would certain supporters say, the backlash from the hacks, and maybe he would be. I think he would have been outflanked. He would have been outflanked by certain people in the cabinet who would say, no, we do not invite Alan Chasney. But he could have certainly gained a whole lot more from having the leader of the opposition at that homecoming ceremony.
You know, I'm just speaking. I'm thinking of certain people in the diaspora who monitor your show, and a few of them are quite intelligent people. And I wonder what they're thinking while you're saying what you're saying. Because if they're intelligent people, I think they will see the good sense in what you're saying. But on the other hand, the political side would be less interested in intelligence than in political expedience.
Yeah, but to me, Rick, there's more to gain politically by inviting the leader of the opposition, because you have some St. Lucians who don't care about politics. They are dispassionate.
But I think we're coming around to that. I'm getting very nervous these days about your people thinking Rick on the too long, man. Because
don't worry about that. Don't bother. Don't worry about that.
Because we're just not interested in history. I wrote something to somebody yesterday. The man made a very good point. Somebody who calls himself Falfret or whatever, Falfret South or something. The man made a very good point. And I wanted to answer him, but I said to him, it's a pity that the only discussions that go on these days happen on Facebook. The few discussions that make any sense happen on Facebook. And once you go past 5 lines, that's it. You know, you can't have a discussion of any worth, something people can go away with in 2 seconds. And sometimes, when you say what you say, it's misinterpreted, misconstrued, because first of all, the minds are not used to focusing, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
We don't focus. So if you if you say more than 3 lines, the focus is gone already. While we're talking there, let's talk about Father Albert. Let's talk about the motorcade. Let's talk about this. And for the moment, they've forgotten that they were worrying 2 minutes earlier about how they're going to feed their children tomorrow. You know, it's a very, very, very sad situation we find ourselves in. But let me get to where I'm going. First of all, I watched this morning, Tim, in awe and with a lot of regret as well, watching those kids reacting to the presence of
Julian Alfred.
And by the way, while I'm on it, you know, I've never met the lady, but from day one, all you've ever heard from me is the sky potential of this woman.
Yes.
She's built for it. She was conceived for it, and has all the other requirements like determination, discipline, the ability, as you said, to take the bad with the good and to move on, etc., etc., etc. I heard her speak twice, and I watched her as well. This is a one-of-a-kind young lady. I think she makes a very good model. But alas and alack, the barriers of hate will encircle her very, very soon, and she'll be just another victim of St. Lucia's hatred. That demonstrated love and everything. I hope it's a demonstration of love. well, let me get back to the kids. The kids are innocent. And you know that the way they were carrying on there, they were proud, they were elated, they were excited in the purest way. I doubt any of those kids had any politician in mind, even though the Ministry of Education was prominent there. So it was genuine, pure love, outpouring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then she made an appropriate speech, and she's humble enough to expose the fact that she's probably not the greatest speaker in the world, Tim, but probably one of the most effective, because the way she stumbled out of emotion, and you could tell how she was feeling, how she felt was coming across. And that, again, that purity was reaching people's hearts. So they weren't thinking of what party she's supporting or not. I also noted that when she made a little speech in Beaufort, she was very, very careful. I don't know if she was instructed or if she's smart enough for it, if she remembers St. Lucia enough for it, but she made a good point of thanking the government, by which I imagine she means the government and all the people, because the government represents the people. For thanking the government and the people of St. Lucia for welcoming her like that. And she said, she went so far as to say, because that's not a silly girl, boy. She went so far as to say there are a lot of names I may not have mentioned, but I am grateful to them for having assisted along the way, because you don't get to where I am all by yourself.
Yeah.
I thought this was so powerful a speech, and I thought her speech to those kids this morning was so much on the button, because these are vulnerable kids. Most of them will be deprived. A lot of those kids are kids who need assistance one way or another. But boy, for that moment, they were hooked into her, and she came across there really as one of them. Her speech, the emotions that stopped her flowing, and telling them the important things. She didn't slip up on the important things. That when you're down, you get up again. That her journey to there wasn't straight from nowhere to there. That she suffered, that she had to deal with failures, bad days when she, that was so pure. And I don't know the last time I heard a speech like that, Tim. I don't know. But I was also reminded, reading the Facebook notes and so on. And then coming across a clip of Ernest Hilaire referring to Julian Alfred and saying, for a Julian to succeed, you must have labor in office.
Yes, I heard that.
Now, the point about that is, it's a horrific statement coming from any politician naming his party or whatever. But the horror of that is correct. One party or the other. He said labor. But if the UWP were going to say something to the equivalent, they would be just as wrong and right as he is.
Why would you say that he's right?
Let me try and explain that. It's a very controversial thing I'm about to say there. Because politicians decide whether people succeed or fail in this country. I made a speech at Sir Arthur last year, and I met some surprisingly erudite young people there. I mean, I've said that to you before on your show, how amazed and impressed I was to meet those young people. And while talking to them, it occurred to me again that their aspirations, to a large extent, depend on politicians, most of whom haven't a clue what they're talking about. They are not athletes. They're not anything special. They are where they are because they persuaded a largely drunk population to vote for them for no good cause. But they are going to be in control of the future of your kids. And if they don't like if you don't show them that you're a member, you're a party man, etc., your kid is likely to pay for that.
True.
So there is the line now being thrown out. If you want to be like Julian Alfred, first of all, it's a disservice to her. But then what do you expect? The disservice to her family, because at whatever age they brought her up to 5, and she was good enough for Twatine to discover in that 5-year-old the potential. So the parents must have done a pretty good job there. No?
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
So she gets the genes, she gets the attitude and everything else, and she goes and lucky enough to get to Jamaica. Very important that the state she left for Jamaica. And it's from Jamaica she got to Texas. So the girl is doing a far better job, the young lady, of spelling it out, telling you about her travails, etc. But the politicians have to get into it. And it's such an interesting statement for me. For Julian Alfred, that means anybody. For a Julian Alfred to succeed, it means for anybody to succeed at any field in this country, you must have the Labour Party in office. What the hell does that mean, Tim? That is ominous when we live here and our eyes are open. And I would not be surprised if a UWP administration also said that. I'm not going to say, because it's an attitude in St. Lucia. It's an attitude in St. Lucia, this thing. And I know a lot of people who have complained that their kids didn't get scholarships or their kids didn't get that, so and so, because they were not seen in a good light by a party.
In other words, because they were victimized because their parents are not supporting this party or that party.
So you wonder what would make he has been making a habit of talking foolishness despite his Cambridge degree, because that is a very stupid but revealing statement for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. That is a hell of a statement. For a Julian Alfred to succeed, you must have Labour in office. And I repeat, a Julian Alfred means anyone in any field in St. Lucia, to anyone who's looking forward to anything in St. Lucia. A party must be in office to do it. Where does the government come in? Now, I want to add another point. Athletes are people too. And athletes being people too and citizens too, they will have their feelings about government, political parties. They must that might not be the number one priority, but they have the constitutional right to speak politically if they choose to. But I think it is very, very disconcerting and retarding to do it in a government format. Like if you're at a political rally and you invite Julian, and Julian Alfred accepts an invitation to a Labour rally or a UWP rally, she might be seen in a particular light, and I would imagine she wants to be seen in that particular light. But when it's a government, I think the government has to be very, very careful what it says. That does not present the guest, or Alfred in this case, as some kind of party hack or party supporter. They have to be very, very careful. And she was especially careful in her speech in Beaufort and in her speech today. Because and I believe she's going to be a good model if she's properly used. I believe she's a good model, but being a model will be next to useless to the young people of the country if the government does not create the amenities that should have been there that might have saved her going to Jamaica. That might have made, I heard, I'm sorry about the time, Tim,
It's okay, Rick.
I heard the guy who just knocked out Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? I forget.
I can't remember his name. I can't.
At the weekend, I heard his father, his trainer, talking, and you listen to those guys. He met this kid when you was little, and you hear this. I mean, I don't want to start talking my own experiences. Okay, I will before we end, by the way. And to hear those people, it has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with ambition. It has to do with picking these guys up in the head. It has to do with having in place psychologists when the guys are feeling down. It has to have regular medical checkups. Are you going to have...
So I just Googled. His name is Daniel Dubois?
Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whose relatives are from Grenada. How are you going to have athletes when you don't even have a decent medical center in the country? How? How are you going to have athletes? So I understand. I don't know why I didn't take your I don't know if you invited him. But I understand Twatine was himself an athlete and he got hurt. He got injured.
Yeah.
And he had certain experiences here in the hospital. I would like St. Lucian to say for him to say it himself. In other words, Twatine himself might have been more of an athlete than a coach. Okay? So if you want to have athletes developing in your country, you got to have the amenities, and you got to start in school. In school, you got to protect the kids. You got to protect the little girls and boys from sexual abuses. You got to see that homes are really homes as far as much as you can afford. There are a lot of things that a government needs to put in place if it is to better its citizens, and if among its citizens we have to, you'll find people like potential Julian Alfred. So it's not just a matter of she stuck to it and she was determined. That is only the half of it, perhaps not even the half of it. It's from the little, from 5 and 4, in place in school, the appropriate amenities, the coaches and everything. That's where you need it. That's where a government can then say. And you don't hear those government guys, those politicians, talking about amenities, talking about those things that you must have if you have to have a certain kind of citizen, No, they were just talking nonsense. You see where he went? From talking about Julian and whatever. He went into some scene with what's the minister, sports minister, who apparently had
Kenson Casimir?
Yeah?
Kenson Casimir?
No. Sean.
Oh, Sean Edwards.
He referred
the education
to
minister.
An exchange in Parliament between Alan Chastanet and you see, it does not. The mindset is really not on Alfred. The mindset is personal.
The politics.
The mindset is how can I use this to stay in office?
Mm-hmm.
How can I use this Julian Alfred occasion to spotlight us?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the vehicle that was used, was that the same vehicle that was used before?
I understand it's another vehicle, you would have said there, but I have not verified the information.
Well, if it is, it's sad because, if there was an attitude about it before, you would think that somebody would go out of their way not to repeat it. And I think St. Lucians, I won't repeat that before, St. Lucians would have felt a lot more unified if the state car was used or if a car was hired for it and give them a plug, whatever. To use any politician's car there politicizes the whole damn thing. But
Rick, I believe that sometimes politicians, they get ahead of themselves. Politicians, they display a kind of disrespect and disregard in a disdainful manner for the people of St. Lucia. And let me dare say that those things in the end hurt them badly at the polls. And it has happened before. And chances are, if the trend continues, it will happen again. Because, politicians don't pay much attention to the optics. even when they know that it is bad, it is not wise, they do it and they believe that they will get away with it. And that is because, Rick, finally, that is because they are underestimating the people of St. Lucia. They are underestimating the voters and taking them for granted.
Yes, that seems it looks that way. But I want to say very quickly, Tim, because there are those who say who with the Alfred thing, somehow they have to bring my name into it in a negative fashion. What Rick Wynn never publicized. Tim, when I was doing my bodybuilding heyday, there was no such thing as internet or connection with government. Or in fact, my bodybuilding career began in colonial times. Everything that I was sponsored for overseas was sponsored by the UK. Okay, but here's the interesting thing. When I achieved when I reached my pinnacle, and there are people listening to your show there right now, and I hope that at least one of them will validate that. I competed a lot in New York, though I lived in England. And after every show in New York, I would come down this way with a load of trophies or whatever and meet friends on the beach. But more than that, I have pictures of the times I would visit the massage, the
Boys Training Center? The Boys Training Center?
I still have one particular one. I used it once on talk, and I asked the audience if they could recognize any of the guys in the picture with me. Because I would go there, talk to them, motivation, talk bodybuilding and whatever to them. On my own, I would do that. And the kids would love that, young boys. And Tim, I asked the audience did they recognize anybody in the pictures aside from me? And there must have been about 15 guys in the picture. Tim, all but one of those guys was dead.
Wow.
Shot by the police or gang shot. Okay? Also in the schools, I went to schools, the RC in particular, and I'm sure there are guys listening now who were young men at the time who went into bodybuilding, some of them, and other sports, some didn't, but who will remember the number of times. Anytime I was in St. Lucia, I'd go to the schools and had nothing to do with politicians either. I would be invited, or I would invite myself. I would talk to the head principal, and I would come and do that. I did it in Beaufort. I did it in Soufrière, I remember, on a regular basis, and I loved it. I used to arm wrestle all those people. I have photographs in my archives of all those things, Tim. So those people who, the big kick, they cannot praise Alfred for what she is without something about Rick Wynn. I think it's a guilt complex or something. But here's the irony. I would prefer Tim to be remembered by St. Lucians far more for my writing, my political articles, my commentaries, the things I said, the things on your show, my show. I would prefer to, by far, to be remembered for that than that I was Mr. Universe and Mr. Will, etc. You know why? Because my Mr. Universe, my Mr. World is well chronicled around the world. It's well chronicled in magazines, books, by me or by other people. It's there. My bodybuilding career is what it is, and there's nothing anybody can do with that. But the one that means the most to me is how effective or ineffective I have been exposing myself to all of the crap. I've been at war with every goddamn prime minister that there is. Everyone. And I'm hearing little whispers. I may be at war with the leader of the opposition right now. I hope he's listening. Because I say what is on my mind. But so there was nothing for me to do with politicians, and I'm doing this for St. Lucia, and I didn't do any bodybuilding for St. Lucia. Derek Walcott did not do any of what he did for St. Lucia. But St. Lucians have never realized, never appreciated the fact that it's not Derek Walcott who go around, I'm a St. Lucian. It's for them. It's for them. Derek has done the work. He's gotten a Nobel Prize. You now tell the whole world that you had a Nobel Prize winner named Derek Walcott. You go around, tell the whole world. You know, Trinidad claimed Derek Walcott. I have a book, an almanac. It's called an almanac. Has Derek Walcott as a Trinidadian?
Yes, I've read this.
I went to Trinidad once, and I went to a restaurant. When I said I came from St. Lucia, this proprietor said, "Oh my goodness, you have to sit at Derek Walcott's table." He had his table in almost every restaurant in Trinidad. But you know what people in St. Lucia know Derek for? According to them, that man too aloof. That man book too deep. Derek never hardly sold any books in St. Lucia. St. Lucians don't read anyway. Okay. They have no appreciation for him. And politicians have come down on Derek's back. When Derek stood up against what was going on in Soufrière at the time with jealousy, etc., politicians were on his back. One particular politician actually said Derek Walcott should take a page from what's his name? He's dead now. Ellery Didier's book. Ellery Didier was a businessman who had contributed some paint to paint Window Philip Park. And the politician was pointing out that Derek Walcott, the Johnny come lately, he should be taking a page from Ellery Didier's book. All that's written in the Star. So, you know.
We have to end it there, Rick.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that exchange. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilec's remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Let's head back to school.
It's time to get the children ready to head back to school with a back-to-school loan from First National Bank. Get up to $30,000 for all your back-to-school needs. No deposit required, low interest rates, and an easy process. Visit any First National Bank location or call 455-7127 for more information. Let's head back to school with First National Bank. Terms and conditions apply. First National Bank, here for you.
What's on your back-to-school checklist? Fast, reliable internet? 50% off your postpaid bill? With Flow, you can check everything off your list. Sign up for Internet Select 400 broadband and get 50% off for the first 3 months. Plus, sign up for any postpaid bundle and get 50% off your bill. Make back to school easy with Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for details.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new bacon milk sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new bacon milk sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue, anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss a bacon melt sandwich, have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
Stop all that smoke, fume and noise. Keep the emissions to zero and be a hero for the environment. You can still do all your lawn mowing, brush cutting, leaf blowing, hedge trimming, even chainsawing, but with a battery-powered machine. Europa is now offering a buy one get one free on professional battery tools. When you buy the tool, we throw in the battery absolutely free. Yes, you heard right. You get one free battery with the purchase of any steel professional machine.
PS la fille, PS des ordres. Merci, papa.
Visit Europa in Massad Grosile or call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
The government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, continues to provide more for pregnant women in St. Lucia. Through maternal and child health services under universal health coverage, pregnant women will receive laboratory and ultrasound services through community wellness centers island-wide at no cost. From care during and after pregnancy, vaccinations, family planning to nutritional and mental health counseling, we are here to support you. Take advantage of our weekly services at no cost. And from 1st June 2023, the addition of laboratory and ultrasound services will ease the pressure to aid healthier and safer delivery for you and your baby. Visit your nearest wellness center to register for universal health coverage. For more information, call 468-5300 or 468-5328.
Attention men, are you worried about your prostate? Then get a multi-parametric MRI of the prostate done for only $1,250 from now until the end of September in commemoration of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Don't guess, know your status. Speak to your doctor or urologist or just make an appointment by calling any of the La Clinique de Corps branches in Castries or Rodney Bay at 451-6559. That's 451-6559.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast in sand and plaster in sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Need more days of savings? MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Super Saturday of Savings has just been extended to Sunday. Take advantage of amazing deals. This weekend, MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt are offering you amazing discounts on selected items. MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Super Saturday of Savings has been extended to Sunday. Don't miss out on the incredible discounts and deals. See in-store, Facebook, or www.mnchomedepot.com for more details. Terms and conditions may apply. Better value for better home.
Are believing their own lives. It's a serious thing, you know, and that makes them dangerous. Because if everybody telling you today is Sunday and you insist that today is Monday and you say today is Monday, you are dangerous. And that is why the women and the people of labor must understand what we are dealing with at the next election. You must understand that you are dealing with people who will do anything. And I will say it again. You are dealing with people who will do anything to get back into government. They will do anything. They will destroy the country. They will burn the house to kill a rat. They will say anything. They will join with anybody just because they cannot understand that they have been rejected by the people of St. Lucia. So you must never be complacent. I don't want you to say that because we've done so many things, minimum wage, facility fees, open food, 1 computer per child, because we've done all that we are sure to win the election. You must never say that. I have lived it before. I've been around long enough to see where a party does everything and we lose the election.
The political leader of the SLP and the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Mr. Philip J. Pierre, warning his supporters against complacency because he says he has experienced before a political party doing everything that was right in the interest of the people of the country, and yet still they were voted out of office. The people determine sometimes why they want to elect a government into office or why they want to vote them out of office. And interesting enough, a politician will say, I've done everything for the people and yet they voted me out of office. In this particular instance, what if the people of St. Lucia decided to vote the SLP out of office or boot them out come the next general election? Because what? 1, arrogance. 2, taking the people for granted. And 3, also not addressing the issues, not addressing the things that are impacting or affecting the people. The high cost of living will be one particular issue. And, of course, the crime problem in our country. So what if the people decide, somebody, you give me a free computer, you did this, you did that, then what you're supposed to do anyway, you're there to improve the lives of the people of the country, not to worsen it. But if for them they determine that you don't have what it takes to ensure that I'm safe in my country or in my home, then I'm going to vote against you. That could be a reason. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Our NewsSpin question of the day. Why wasn't the opposition invited to Juju's homecoming ceremony? Why wasn't the opposition invited to Juju's homecoming ceremony? I guess somebody could easily respond like the sports minister when he said that everyone is invited. WhatsApp message. Based on the statement attributed to Dr. Hilaire about Labour must be in office for Julian to succeed or for us to have more Julians, it can be safely said then that is why Leo Clark, the General Secretary of the SLP, said recently that she, Julian, is a product of the SLP. And he did say that Julian is a product of the St. Lucia Labour Party. All right, let's go through some more of your WhatsApp messages. And somebody says there, Tim, I'm proud. Reveal that I was a student in Mr. Fowler's class when Rick visited and a demonstration of poses and did some poses. And I indeed went into bodybuilding after I left school. Gil. Okay, the person identifying himself as Gil. Another WhatsApp message. Tim, though I have not lived in St. Lucia for years, I strongly think that the endorsement of the young man for Castries Central is a check move for the current sitting minister. He, Frederick, has the tendency to get ever emotional with his deliveries. This time around, he needs to be very cautious, as the ghettos have a high tendency to rally with their own. I'm calling this own. Castries Central is gone. Checkmate, Richard. Somebody says there. Okay, all right. Another WhatsApp message. All right, the person is asking, hello, this is NewsSpin. Yes, it is NewsSpin. And another contribution. Hi, Tim. I remember Rick in his bodybuilding days. I was at the RC Boys School when he visited. I am now in my 70s. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. PW on the line. Timothy, I was listening to Rick Wayne a few minutes ago, and most of what he said, I definitely concur with what he said. But it looks like your clip a few minutes ago that Philip J. Pierre was talking about himself in that particular clip. Not the opposition, but himself. This truly fits the description of Philip J. Pierre and the ruling party at the moment. You know, first of all, I want to congratulate Julian Alfred on her stunning achievement. She has certainly placed St. Lucia on the gold medal map for sure. That is That is excellent. Great achievement, great, determination by a young lady. And one of the things that she said, which I took aback, and I said it was very good, when she mentioned Levon Spencer, Darren Summy in her speech, when she highlighted these good athletes that have made St. Lucia proud. And I certainly, said that was a very positive sign that at least she brought these athletes into her fold of greatness when it comes to some of the great athletes St. Lucia has produced. But there was a speech in Prime Minister Philip J. Pierce's speech. He was looking for a little bit of mileage by saying, and this is where they inject politics into, you understand, the welcoming of Julian Alfred, you understand. He said that the minister, the minister at the moment, he said to him that he's no longer the minister of South Castries. He's the minister of Cicero. You see where they want to take the glory? At one time, the Cicero school was outcast. A lot of people didn't want to send their children to school. So Julian Alfred had just proven to St. Lucians, no matter what school you attend in St. Lucia, as long as you're determined and you're destined to achieve greatness, you will achieve greatness. And let not the politicians come and take credit for things they had an opportunity to support and they did not support. But now Cicero is the best place. Cicero school is the best place. Cicero people are the best people. You see how it is? He's no longer the minister of South Castries, but the minister of Cicero. If he was given an opportunity long before Julian Alfred's achievement, he would have very little to say about the community of Cicero. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much, and that's the broadcast. Thank you so much for another edition of NewsSpin. But before we conclude, we have our NewsSpin news of the day. Finally, Australians sent into panic as authorities issue tsunami warning, then say it was just a test. Australians sent into panic as authorities issue tsunami warning, then say it was just a test. Once again, as a broadcast, thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. My name is Timothy Poleon. Join me this evening, 7 o'clock on DBS television for the DBS News World, and at 8:30, Newsmaker Live. Goodbye.